Morning, yeah, it is 7:47 and we're off to a nice start across the valley temperature-wise in the low 70s, 73 degrees. Might be a little bit tough to see, but it is pretty cloudy out there. So that humidity is up, but because temperatures are a little bit lower than what we're used to seeing, it doesn't feel all too bad out there right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures across the state. We have Bisbee at 49, Benson 59, Globe 61. Let's move to the northeastern part of the state where Window Rock is at 44, Greer 45, Show Low sitting at 50 degrees. Cottonwood is at 54, Page 57. Prescott Valley 47, so pretty chilly there. Here in Phoenix, still 73, Buckeye 74, Wickenburg 67, Parker sitting at 75 degrees. So here's a look at the first alert radar, still keeping our eye on that system in New Mexico. That is in Albuquerque, just southeast of it. And there's also this system as well to the south of it. And that's going to continue to move west into Arizona, where we can already see those showers in Holbrook and just east of Payson and north of Greer. Just keeping our eyes on it, not tracking anything too heavy right now, but it is moving and they are expecting more rain as these systems, both the one to the north and one to the south, continue to move towards Arizona. Our chance for rain isn't until the late afternoon and evening, and it's a 20% for, again, not during the early afternoon. Those early afternoon plans looking pretty safe, and then we're tracking a 20% chance for showers early Sunday. Once the sun rises, plan on it drying out and another nice day across the valley. Just take a look at the estimated rainfall for the next 3 days. We can see that not even everywhere in the valley will see some of that rain. Some parts will be definitely dry, and most of that rain happening near Show Low and even New Mexico, but still tracking about 1/4 of an inch for Payson, Prescott, and Flagstaff over the weekend. So keep that in mind if you're doing some local traveling. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast. So our high today, 88 degrees. Yes, you're seeing that right. The average this time of year is 93. And for the rest of this weekend and upcoming week, we're talking low 90s across the board. The fall temperatures are here. And that's a look at your first alert forecast.